Autumn is the season of death. Leaves fall from trees, plants hide into the ground. And this is not only true for nature, but it's also true for your development, for your self growth. Autumn is the perfect time to transform and change who you are and actually become the person you've always wanted to be. Because in the summertime, you usually go to parties, go to social events, and you're just enjoying yourself. You're just having fun. And summer is actually the time to enjoy yourself. Autumn, on the other hand, this is the time where you have less distractions, you have less outside activities going on because of the weather or just because of whatever is happening in your life or at work. It's the best time of the year to make progress because there are no distractions taking your attention away from what matters the most. And in this video, I will tell you exactly how to improve the 4 most important areas of your life: your health, your money, your love, social relationships, and happiness. I will give you the instructions, the habits that I've followed over the years that have given me the best results possible. It's a full guide to becoming the type of person you keep dreaming about this autumn. Let's start with your health. This is actually the foundation of everything else that you're going to achieve. Because let's be honest, if you're going to be rich, if you're going to have a great social life and you're going to be happy, but without a foundation and your health will be in a terrible state, then all of those other things will not matter. Now, for me, the biggest purpose this autumn and usually in the autumn season is building the best physique I can, building as much muscle as possible so that then later on I can cut down during the summertime and have the perfect physique. The thing is, for me, the key component of your routine for health should be lifting weights. In my mind, if there are no other health restrictions, every person should be lifting weights 3 times a week. So this means you are going into the gym, or maybe you have a gym at home, and you're performing movements that are going to make your muscles grow. I believe that this is the most beneficial activity for building a healthy physique, and not only physique, but just being healthy overall. Not only does it make your whole apparatus work better, because think about it, it's like a meat vehicle, right? You're upgrading your meat vehicle to become better. And if you had a car and you were able to upgrade it, why would you keep it at the baseline, right? You would want to improve the tires, you would want to improve the engine, you would want to improve the steering wheel. This is exactly what the gym is doing to your body, right? You're improving each part a little bit more muscle on the shoulders, right? A little bit more muscle on the chest, a little bit stronger legs that give you that base, right, to stand on. Then you're improving your core a little bit, so you're more stable. And this is definitely a keystone habit. So I want you to be lifting weights 3 times a week this autumn season, right? Getting them lifts. And here, focus on progress. Every week, I want you to progress a little by little. You don't have to go to failure every week, but I want the volume of your workouts to go up. So let's say if one week you do 3 sets of 8 reps with 80 kgs on your bench press, then the next week I want you to either add repetitions to that, so do 3 sets of 9 reps in the first set and then 3 sets of 8 reps, or just add weight, right, and do 82.5 kgs for your bench press. So just obsess over progress, small as it is, because it will probably be slow unless you're just starting out, but focus on becoming a little bit better each week. And that's what's going to compound into the future, right? That's what's going to build the physique and the body that you actually want. The other element, because working out is just one part of it, is eating. Now, I've been through many autumn seasons in my life. I've failed quite a bit. I've had seasons where I got too fat. I've had seasons where I didn't use them properly. Now, I don't want you to obsess over calories in autumn. I think that it's not beneficial, and it's actually a harder time to focus on calories. What I want you to do is focus on 2 key elements. So first key element is focus on the quality of food that you are eating. So don't try to dirty bulk or eat things that are going to damage your health. eat things that are healthy. And here I'm talking about whole foods, right? So you want you to be eating the rice, I want you to be eating bananas, fruit, vegetables, meats, lean cuts of meat, sometimes maybe fattier cuts of meat, right? Cheeses, dairy, all of those great healthy products that are going to fuel your body. Because first of all, just obsessing over calories in autumn time is going to take away your focus from the things that actually do matter, like making more money, like becoming better in your skills and improving your ability to educate yourself, right? And so on. So do not obsess over counting calories, but obsess over eating healthy quality foods, nutritiously valuable foods that are going to fuel your body, that are going to make you better, and that are going to enable that progress in the gym that we spoke about, right? Because if you're not going to give your body enough energy, then it's not going to build muscle. It's not going to allow you to make progress in whatever you want to do, right? So for me, that's building muscle. And I know that if I don't get enough calories, then the next week, if I come to the gym, my results will probably be worse. I will also not stuff my face to eat too much food, because that's also another extreme. We don't want you to be in extremes, right? We want you to go with the flow a little bit. And the flow of autumn is naturally you're going to put on some body fat. And that's okay, because you're going to get rid of that body fat later in the summer. But for now, I do want you to just let go of the feeling of I need to stay very lean, I need to stay very slim. Just build up, because just creating the physique and creating the body that you want is periods of you building muscle and gaining a little bit of fat, and then trimming that fat down and cutting that fat down, but revealing that muscle. And you can't do both. If you're in a calorie deficit, you're not going to build muscle, especially as a natural lifter, right? So think about it. Just allow yourself to fuel your body, to have energy, and also not to have anxiety, because a lot of your anxiety might be you are not giving your body enough fuel, and your system is just going into panic mode because it doesn't have the necessary nutrients to do the things that you want to do throughout your day, right? From the other side, because you're lifting weights 3 times a week, you're getting the calories in, but I also want you to be metabolically healthy, and I want your heart to be healthy, right? All of the organs of your body. So the way to accomplish that is do one cardio activity per day. And what do I mean by one cardio activity? Well, it's like a 10 to 15 minute time period where you're just focusing on moving your body. Now, 2 of my favorite activities are jump rope. This is unbelievable because you don't have to go out, right? So you can just do it at home and do 10 to 15 minutes of jump rope, and it's a killer workout. The amount of calories you burn is record. The cardiovascular benefits you get are, you will feel this. When I started doing jump rope and then I went into the gym, my stamina was much higher. And the workouts in the gym stopped being so challenging. I actually had to up the intensity a little bit because I was doing my jump rope workouts and my cardio was just so good, right? Because you're going all in. And this has to be short, so keep it under 10 to 15 minutes. And just keep focusing on that whole total body health, right? So we're taking care of your muscle, we're taking care of your physique, and we're also taking care of your insides, right? So of your heart and all that. Another one, but mind you, harder to do, it's walking. So go for walks, especially when it's not raining out. Just use this time, right? And walk at a pace that's actually beneficial. So try to walk a little bit faster, right? Not a relaxing walk, but like a more intense walk. And I would make these 2, right? So when the days are rainy, I would do jump rope. When the days are warmer and maybe not as rainy, they can be cold. They are going to be cold, honestly, right? Especially if you live in a place, I live in Poland, so for me, the autumn time is a little bit colder, then you can go out. But just don't force yourself into doing an activity that you hate. Pick whatever is going to suit you the best. My recommendations are jump roping when it's bad weather and walking when it's good weather. To fully recover from your workouts, I want you to take this mantra and remember this: sleep like a bear. So think about what birds do, right? They collect things in the autumn time. They collect honey, they collect food, they eat, they get a little bit bigger, like you, right? Because we're building muscle, we're getting better. And then they go into this sleeping period of recovery because it allows them to just survive this time. Now, we do not function like bears, but I want you to sleep like a bear because sleep is where your body gets to regenerate, right? All of your cells get to recycle. You're clearing out your brain. You're building actually your muscle. They don't get built in the gym. In the gym, you destroy them. But then you go into bed at night, you go to sleep. That's where your body can actually put them on your frame, right? That's where it can heal those injuries that you've created, those micro damage injuries that you've created in your muscle, because that's what working out is, right? It's destroying so that the body can rebuild stronger. But it only rebuilds when you're sleeping. And I think that this habit of sleeping 7 to 8 hours like a bear is going to transform your whole existence. It's actually going to change your reality, especially if you're not sleeping 7 to 8 hours right now. You will feel much more energized throughout the day, right? That's also something on the diet part. Prioritize things that give you more energy, that make you feel like you can do stuff, right? And go around, do this activity, do that activity, because autumn is naturally a season of lower energy. So when you eat for energy, you're not going to be sluggish throughout the day. You're going to be sharp, right? Getting one activity after another done. Now, how to sleep like a bear? Well, so there are a few elements, few components that I want you to remember. First of all, bears sleep in the dark, right? So no lights in the room. If you have like a lamp or some LEDs, I just want you to turn that off, right? Ideally, you would have some blackout blinds, so you're going to cover them, right? So you don't get sunlight going into your room. Then, I want the room to be in a lower temperature, because that's where your body can really go into that deep sleep mode, right? So I don't want you to be sleeping in 22, 23, 24 degrees Celsius because it's just way too warm. I want you to turn down the temperature, especially for the nighttime. And it's going to allow your body to go into that soothing and regenerative hibernation. And use a sleep mask. So put a mask over your face, and this way you're going to ensure that it's as dark as possible, because your eyes are literally covered. It's also going to make falling asleep so much easier for you, because you will be able to just relax. You don't have to think about manually closing your eyes. It will just happen. And use earplugs as well. So if you're very sensitive to sounds, like I am, for example, like little sounds will wake me up at night. I'm just on alert. I'm like a hunter, right? Bam, a sound goes off and I'm up. But if you use earplugs, actually, then all of those sounds don't come in as sharp and they do not wake you up at night. So just buy, like, you can go to a pharmacy, ask them for earplugs, use the squeezy ones, right, that you can put into your ear, and they're going to be a huge improvement for your sleep. And I also, this is optional, but tape my mouth for sleep so that I nose breathe when I'm sleeping, just because of how much less I wake up at night. And I know that the nose breathing is the best way for breathing that we have. Because we used to breathe with our noses, right? Then we were taught to breathe by our mouths, and it's actually very hurtful to breathe through your mouth. So breathe through your nose if you can. You can tape your mouth. You can use myotape. I use myotape. You can use a medical tape on your mouth, but like breathe through that nose to get the oxygen properly into your body. And you can use some sleep supplements. So one of the big ones, and I prioritize it in my diet and in supplementation, especially throughout the autumn time, is magnesium. And you can take like magnesium citrate, or magnesium threonate is actually the best, but it's also the most expensive. So pick for your budget. But about an hour or half an hour before bedtime, it's going to make your dreams a little bit crazy, because you're going to sleep much deeper, but you're going to get so much better regeneration. It's just going to relax your muscles. It's going to, what threonate does is actually relaxes your brain. So think about this, right? Sleeping like a bear. Cold room, dark room, you're taking magnesium, you're breathing through your nose, you have earplugs, and you have that time where you just 7 to 8 hours every night getting in those precious moments where your brain can clear out, where your body can regenerate, right, and make you ready for the next day. It's also going to give you so much energy and less anxiety. So that's like a no-brainer to me. That's just like a base, right, to give you that power in the gym and in the workouts. And as well, so another one I wrote down is don't go crazy on caffeine, because it's going to just make you much more anxious. Don't get me wrong. I love espresso. I love it. I love coffee. I love drinking it. I love how it makes me feel. I love the taste. But I've noticed, and you can experiment with that for yourself. For me, second coffee in the day just makes me more anxious, and it actually causes me to have less energy and get less things done. It makes my sleep worse. It makes me feel rushed, like I have to run, I have to do something. And I just limit espresso to one espresso per day, one coffee per day. And I usually do that like about 90 minutes after I wake up. So I wake up at 6, I get the coffee in at 7:30 or a little bit later. And it gives me that nice boost in the morning, but it doesn't take my cortisol levels too high. And I feel grounded throughout the day. I don't feel rushed. I don't have to run around, right? And I don't want you to be running around in autumn time. I want you to be like a calm warrior, because your success will only come when you're calm and grounded and balanced in your foundation, right? When you are not anxious and you're not making rash, stupid, silly decisions. So don't go crazy on caffeine. For supplementation, I've already discussed magnesium for sleep, but I want to give you some points on the board. So some basic things that you can do. For me, just like a must-have, total necessity is vitamin D3 during autumn months, right? So your body can only synthesize vitamin D3 when sun shines on your forearms or on your calves. And how often does sun shine on your calves or forearms in autumn? For me, the answer is never. So I supplement vitamin D3. Figure out the dosing, but I wouldn't go below 5,000 IUs per day. I think that this is like a healthy amount for everyone, but obviously get your levels checked. If you have very high vitamin D3 level, then 5,000 might be too much, but I don't think so, honestly. I personally take 10,000 IUs per day. This is not medical advice, but this is just what I do to feel my best. And I remember the year that I started taking vitamin D3, I had this time where I felt really terrible throughout the winter time. Like, I don't have energy, I don't know what's going on. And then I took vitamin D3 for like 2 days, and I felt like I started taking some substance. Like I started literally taking cocaine to get better, because I had so much energy. And I felt that my muscles were bigger, my blood flow was better. It's just unbelievable. So if you're not taking vitamin D3, just investigate that. On top of that, I take fish oil, cod liver oil especially. If you can get that in like a bottle, and just take 10 milliliters of cod liver oil per day, or like other fish oil, that's going to give you those omega-3 fatty acids. For immunity, you don't get sick. For inflammation, right, because it's going to make your regeneration better. It's also going to lower your systematic inflammation. So like all of the pains that you have, right, the acne that you've got, the red skin and all that, is going to limit that. It's going to soothe your body and give it what it needs actually to be at its best. And for gym purposes, I think that creatine is a powerful supplement as well. It's going to give you that strength. It's going to give you that power, right? It's going to make you retain a little bit more water, so you're going to have more hydration and more just zest and fuel in the tank for the workouts. It's also going to protect your brain, because creatine is a powerful nootropic, a smart drug that enhances your brain. So I would take creatine. And you can also do, on top of that, I would put in zinc, probably, and vitamin C, if you're not getting enough from your diet. So that would be my supplement stack. D3, fish oil. Fish oil usually has a lot of vitamin A also in it. You're getting your creatine, and you're doing zinc and vitamin C. Real simple. You don't have to go too crazy with supplements. But these ones are going to actually give you that like extra edge a little bit in your health. Now, the next one, money, getting your finances in order. Now, first of all, this will not be about saving or how to save money. I believe that the number one way to improve your financial situation is to increase your income, so earn more. Because if you save, let's say, 20% from your paycheck, but you have a small paycheck of, let's say, $2,000 or $3,000, and you go from 20% to 30%. The increase is like $200. That's almost nothing, right, for personal finance. So, number one priority is increasing your income first. We can talk about investments when you get your income on the right level, where you actually can do some damage there. But like increasing your income is number one. So this is what we're going to focus on this autumn, right? We have your foundation, we have your health. So now you're high energy, you're having a good vibe throughout the day. Now, how can you use that to make more money, to get your finances in order? Well, I want you to think about a question because I don't want you to suffer. I think that suffering is not necessary for making money. And this is what a lot of these gurus and people don't tell you, right? They tell you to suffer, they tell you to grind. And I'm all for hard work, but I don't think that grinding and torturing yourself and just like crucifying yourself, making yourself suffer, is something that's worth it. So ask yourself the question first. Let's figure out work that feels like play to you, that you have fun doing, but feels like work to others. And I want you to ask yourself the question of how can you help people in a way that's fun to you? Okay? Figure it out. What's a way that you can help someone achieve some goal? This might be losing weight. This might be getting some score in an exam. This might be speaking English better. This might be improving someone's diet, social life, or even just small things like making someone's days better in a fun way for you. Okay, so figure that out. And that question, once you figure out how you can make other people's lives better in a fun way for you, this is where you found your zone of genius, right? This is where you found something that feels like play to you, but like work to others. And you can actually improve so much because you're going to feel like you're playing, right? So, and once you figure that out, and it doesn't have to be perfect, just remember with simplicity here wins. Now, this is the project that we're going to build this autumn, right? This is the one that we're going to focus on. So you already know this is the activity that I can do that gives me fun, but makes other people's lives better. Now, the thing is, I want you to prioritize education. So I want you to learn about that activity. I want you to read books about business. I want you to read books about how you can monetize that activity. What are the ways that you can monetize that activity? Can you do coaching? Can you do like one-on-ones with people where you help them with this skill? Can you sell courses? Can you sell products, right? Because there are products also that you can create. Can you maybe talk to groups of people? Can you write articles? Can you record podcasts? Whatever the thing is, so you're prioritizing learning, right? And this is not for making money. It's counterintuitive, but I don't want you to be pursuing money and I need to make money with this. What I want you to be pursuing is knowledge, education, learning about it, figuring out more. So read books, watch courses, pay for coaching, actually go reach out to a coach and, hey, can you help me out with this? You seem to be good in this skill. Can you help me out? And pay for it. Invest in yourself, right? No one else is going to do it for you. You're already investing in other people's companies. You're already paying for Netflix. You're already paying for this. You're paying to the banks, right? So you're investing in their companies. Why not invest in yourself a little bit, right? Have some pride in that. Have some confidence to say, I respect myself. I'm going to invest in myself. Not only in those other people's companies, but in my company as well, in me, right? And think about it. Just no-brainer. Don't only invest in other people's companies, invest in yourself. After you invest in education, what I want you to do is progress over perfection. So don't try to be perfect with it, because you're not going to be. Honestly, you're going to fail. You're going to commit thousands, if not more, mistakes. So what I want you to prioritize, the motto that I want you to say to yourself is, just keep moving in the right direction. if you keep moving in the right direction, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but you're like directionally correct, so you're going in the right way. Maybe not the perfect exact direction, but in the right way, right? This is the magic zone, right? So you're having fun, you're playing, you're prioritizing learning, and you're also moving in the right direction. So progress beats perfection. And I want you to treat this project like an experiment. This is not your only attempt, and if you fail, this is the end of the road. No, this is just an experiment that you're running, right? Can things that you do for fun, can your passions, your genius, your skills, your knowledge be monetized? Can they increase your income, right? So this is actually how I want you to think about the mindset of making more money this autumn. And I'm going to be honest, if you actually do this, I think that summertime comes around and you'll be making a huge amount of money from your project. If you actually apply like learning and progress over perfection, and you actually do this, most people will not do this, by the way. I know this, you're watching this, but you're not going to do this. You're just like getting excited about it, but you're not actually going to take action unless you do. So prove me wrong, huh? Right? But yeah, you're actually going to be earning huge amounts of money by the summertime. In the beginning, you'll be terrible, but by summer, Jesus Christ, you can make so much progress. The next one is love, but I would also call it social relationships. First of all, this is not a video about dating. I'm not going to give you some advice about tricking someone into being in a relationship with you. I don't believe in something like that. I believe in actually becoming a valuable individual. And then by becoming a valuable individual, you attract the people that you need into your life. But love is an important component. Relationships, social relationships are an important component, and not only romantic love, but like love for your parents, maybe for your siblings, maybe for your friends, for the people around you. So this is not going to be dating advice. I'm going to give you some actionable things on how you can improve your relationships, because being rich, wealthy, and jacked, healthy, but being lonely is a terrible outcome, honestly. So it's a terrible position to be in. You're just weird. So try to figure out how to have a social life as well. And that can be through having many friends. That can be through having a romantic partner that you have a really deep relationship with. Just tailor it to your personality. Now, what actions can you actually take to cultivate those relationships with your romantic partners or with other people in your life? First, this is the most important one. Stop waiting for them to do something. Take initiative. Reach out, send a message, call them. Don't go into this overthinking zone. Oh, they are probably doing something. They don't want to hear from me. They are feeling exactly what you are feeling. They want to speak to you. They want to have this social connection with you, but they are just too scared to reach out. So you need to be the alpha here. You need to be the strong guy here or the strong girl here, and reach out to them. Shoot them a message. Say, hey, how you doing? For example, do you want help on a video call if someone lives far away? Or do you want to hang out? Do you want to go to this restaurant? Hey, maybe we can hit coffee on Saturday, right? And you're just reaching out. So they will appreciate you reaching out. And even if you say no, nothing happens. There are no consequences. Sometimes people have obligations, right? It will also show you who you can build a relationship with and who you can't build a relationship with. So you're only winning because either you're enhancing a relationship with someone, improving it, or you're learning who not to build a relationship with. Right? So you're winning both ways, actually. So reach out to people. Now, when you actually go out and meet them, I want you to be present with them, because this is something that is so lacking in the modern world. Even when people are having conversations right now, they are not with each other. They are either wrapped up in some thought train about being anxious, about a scenario, problem, or a situation, right? So technically they are with each other, but they are just like in their head mulling over. This happens to me as well. Or they are on their phone scrolling reels, right? You're getting reels on Instagram or TikTok. you're not actually with the other person. Just be where your feet are planted. Sit next to this person, look them in the eye, and be there for them. This is going to be probably the biggest change that, because they will notice, they will see that you are present with them. Think about how rare that is right now. When have you felt like someone was actually present with you? Not often, right? Maybe never. And if you can give that to people, you're just going to become a magnet for people. So be present with them, be there for them. And also, like, you taking care of your health or you taking care of your finances is going to allow that, because you're not going to be thinking about just bullshit and things that don't matter. And be there for them, and ask them questions. Ask questions that are deep. Ask questions that are valuable, and create a depth in the relationship, right? So ask them, hey, what makes you cry? Or what was the biggest regret you had when you were younger? What is the biggest goal in your life? Because that's how you can actually get to know someone. That's how you can build that relationship. And just don't overthink it. In social relationships, overthinking is the number one killer. So if you can, and in business too, in health too, just stop overthinking at all, because just you trying to figure out the best scenario it's not going to work. Simple wins in all areas. The nature is looking for the easiest way to do something, and I want you to be looking for the easiest way to do something. Just make them feel special. Make them feel like they're important to you. Make them feel like they are the most important person in the world at this moment. And it's going to solve all of your social problems, right? Stop being so self-obsessed. Just put them on a pedestal. Let them shine. And their shine will elevate your shine. And the last one is happiness. So I've had seasons where I was really depressed in autumn, in winter time, and I felt hopeless, and it felt like I don't have energy to do things. I felt like each little thing that happened was a disaster. Like I had no energy for it, and I felt that I'm not able to do anything about it, and I felt stuck and hopeless and miserable. And I understand if you are there. So what I want you to remember, what I want to tell you is, it's okay to feel like that right now if you're feeling like that, but it's not okay to stay like that. And take it from someone who has been there. You can climb out. You can improve your felt existence, your life satisfaction, and your happiness. And the way to do it is first just practicing gratitude, practicing being grateful. Our brains, our minds, our systems were not created for gratitude, because think about it, like 10,000 years ago, if you went to hunt and you hunted, I don't know, a sheep, a cow, so some animal that you can eat, and you were satisfied and you brought it home and you were like, okay, I don't need any more animals, then you died probably more often, right? It's the people who are like, okay, I have one animal, I need to hunt a second animal, and you just kept going, because they had a higher survival rate. And those are our ancestors, those are people that survived. So we're wired for that. We're wired a little bit for that anxiety, for that chase, and so on. And there's a lot of beauty in that, but I think that gratitude is what's missing. Because when you are grateful, when you're happy with what you've got, you just open up to receive more. You're in that abundance mindset where everything that you need is in your life. You don't need more. And that's why universe, God, call it whatever you want, is going to give you much more, because you're just on that frequency. You're just showcasing that energy to the world. Now, how can you do this realistically? I do something called morning pages. So when you wake up in the morning, after you've done your ideally jump rope session for the day, or you completed your walk, and then you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you eat your breakfast. Before you go into work, sit down with a notebook, write down the date. For example, today is 25th of September, so 2509. And first, write down 4 things that you are grateful about. It's actually like you write down, I am grateful for, and this is how you do this. I think about 4 categories. Category number 1 is a relationship or a situation that helped me in the past. So I can say, I am grateful for my childhood best friend because he taught me what fun is. That's a sentence you can say. Or so this is first category. Second category is something that happened yesterday that was nice. So you can say, I'm so grateful for the workout that I had yesterday and how I progressed and how I pushed myself, right? Third one is an opportunity that you have today that you might not have in the future. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to make content for people who want to improve. And this is just something that I wrote down today. And the last one is one small material thing that you have. You can say, I'm grateful for this microphone because it improves the audio and the quality of my videos. And this is the first one. So first section. Section number 2 is what would make today great? Ask yourself. For example, you can write down making progress, moving in the right direction. And then if you do that, you have your first condition for making today great. Second condition is kissing my girlfriend when I come back home. And then bam, you got it. And the third condition is, let's say, drinking a delicious coffee in the morning. Bam. And you meet those conditions. And today was great. You set the conditions, you set the rules for your happiness this day. So when they get accomplished, no reason not to be happy, right? If you're not happy when they are accomplished, what does it say about you, right? Obviously you're going to be happy, but setting that conditions for happiness is actually allowing you to feel happiness when it happens. And the last one is I am, and you do a little affirmation. I've today heard that I'm strong, right? You can say I'm creative, I'm patient, I'm calm, I'm balanced. 3 affirmations that you do. These are your morning pages. That takes care of it's going to improve your happiness so much, by the way, if you do this consistently, day-to-day basis. Unbelievable. So gratitude first, 4 categories. That's your first section. Second section, what would make today great? 3 things. Last section, I am. And you do 3 affirmations. The thing with happiness is it's not about changing the outside world. You can't change the outside world, by the way. I can shout at my phone for however long I want. I can say, phone, be white, but it's black. And I can't do anything about this. So but what I can do, what I actually can control is the rules that I set for my happiness. So the mindset that I want you to have is you are setting the rules for your happiness. You are creating the conditions, and when you meet those conditions, you can be happy. So if you are creating those conditions, don't take the automatic conditions from society, from other people, and so on. Think about it. What actually consists of your happiness? And then when you play by your own rules, you can't lose, okay? So this is what I want you to remember. This is how you can actually lock in this autumn and build the life you keep thinking about with all of your dreams, with all the people that you would have in your life. Things, satisfaction, enjoyment. By taking care of your health, by taking care of your money, by taking care of your love, relationship, and happiness, you are meeting all the criteria for being the person that you want to be. And use the advice I gave you, apply it in context. Sit down, create a routine, say the things that you're going to do, and follow through. Because I think that a lot of people will watch this video, get excited, and not really do anything. But start small, start simple, and then grow from there, right? I drew this graph behind me. It's like a compound interest graph. You always start slow, but then when you start progressing, it's unbelievable. If you want more advice, more valuable, life-changing lessons from me, sign up for my newsletter. It's the first link in the description. and then you're going to get one valuable message from me per week, a life-changing article, a lesson that I've learned that's going to help you on your journey. Let's log in and let's build that version, 2.0 version this autumn. See you in the next one.